I knew something was wrong the moment the gate lights snapped on and a blinding white beam carved across my windshield like a warning slash, freezing me in place as if the farm I grew up visiting had suddenly transformed into enemy territory instead of quiet refuge my father always described. Because nothing about this place felt familiar anymore. Not the towering metal fence that hadn't existed 3 months ago, not the freshly paved road leading up to the entrance, not the 2 armed HOA. Security guards standing rigidly beside a new steel checkpoint booth, and especially not the hostility in their eyes when one of them stepped forward with a tablet in hand and barked, "Vehicle, halt. Identify yourself," in a tone that suggested I had already done something wrong simply by arriving. I told him my name, expecting recognition or at least basic courtesy since my father owned this land, but instead his expression hardened as he typed on his screen, jaw unlocking slowly, face twisting into that cold, professional detachment security people use when they're about to escalate something, and then the words came, sharp, rehearsed, and impossible to process. "You're not allowed on this property. You've been flagged. Turn around immediately." For a second, I genuinely thought he was joking or mistaking me for someone else, because why would I, his daughter, be banned from land my father had farmed for 27 years? But his eyes didn't waver, and the second guard's hand subtly drifted toward the holster at his hip, as if bracing for trouble, which only made my pulse spike harder, my throat tightening as cold dread seeped in, because this was no misunderstanding. Something had happened here, something big, something no one had told me about. My first instinct was to call my dad, to demand answers, to laugh and say, "Your HOA people are acting crazy." But when I tapped his contact, the call didn't ring. It went straight to voicemail, which never happened, because even when my dad was elbows deep in a